Hello everybody, this is What If Deku Was a Villain. After All Might ruins his dreams, he says to himself, what can I be if I cannot be a hero? And Mom doesn't deserve a dead son. And heads home trying to think what he can become if he cannot become a hero. And over the next few days, he figures out that no one in his life has told him he cannot be a villain. He's outright been the villain when playing with Kachan back when they were little. And Zuko thinks to himself and says, if I cannot be a hero, why can I not be a villain? No one has said it. And Zuko goes online and realizes how easy it would be for him to become a villain. And, well, he first starts with something small. Making friends and allies. And he meets a person on the internet that calls themselves Gravity. And he meets her on the internet, and ever since her mother was killed by a villain recently, and the hero did nothing, she has lost her faith in heroes. And then he meets a user that calls himself Frosty. And honestly, when he hears his voice, he honestly likes him. And Izuku knows that he is bisexual, so maybe in the future Frosty and him can get along in a certain way. And then in this group chat, they're talking about how the Hero Society has ruined or hurt them. For example, Gravity says thanks to this society, her family cannot afford or have a roof over it, barely have a roof over their heads. Izuku says about his quirklessness, and Frosty says about his father, than how people see him. And over the next few months, Izuku starts to get people, for example, that are in the doubts, and get them into a group chat called The Organization, or a cover name is The People group chat. And over 170 people are in the group chat. And Izuku decides that everyone in this chat want to be villains, so why not be them? And Izuku, thanks to a few of the members, find out there was an empty storage building in Masutafu, where he lives. So he secretly at night goes there, and over 100 people are there, 119, actually 120, and he sees Todoroki Shoto or Frosty, and he's surprised and realizes that the number 2 hero is abusive. And honestly, he grins because he's wanted a reason to take him down, because he dislikes Endeavor for many reasons. And Izuku, who says, hello everybody, I am the Green Analyst, or the leader of the organization. if that's everyone's okay with it. And everyone agrees because, well, they've all been screwed over by this society. So, why not go where the society hurts? And over time, and I mean over the 10 months until the UA exam, they plan, they work around, they have more members join. For 10,000 people join before even the 8th month mark is, from all over the place. Many of them are only casual members, but many of them are active members. And then the organization starts with a standard. Yes, there's not much money yet, but they all start with a standard uniform. Anyone that has, and it helps with anyone with a weird mutation as well. And where, for example, people with enlargement mutations or a quirk that has a enlargement element basically has it so each uniform looks the same. Only a little touches of personal use. Because these people are not going to be normal villains. They're going to be the villains of the new world. And then, the day of the entrance exam, 5 banks get hit, and Izuku plans it to a T. Where basically, 5 banks get hit, where Gravity and Frosty are in charge of 2 of them, and a new member to their group, and one that the people like is also Purple, where Purple has lost his faith in heroics, even though he has a villainous quirk by people's standards. And he joins and is in charge of one of the banks, and the other 2 are people that Izuku trusts and understands that they're going to be able to do this. And every single bank job goes completely smoothly. No one dies. And the fact that they have guns instead of use their quirks makes it easier. And perspective change to Sakachi says, how are all these banks to get hit at the same time? One of the cops says, I don't know, sir, but one thing I do know is that these villains are unidentifiable. All of them are different. All of them are wearing the same uniform. What are they even using? What quirks are they using? We don't know. Probably gun related, because they're all using guns. I don't know. We need to get forensics on this. And after every bank job, Sakachi tries to figure out who set this up. Because 5 banks in one day is significant. He doesn't know why they were all targeted on the same day. And there's no identifiable markers, not even a watermark of the people that did this. Because there's no way it wasn't all coincidental that it all happened on the same day. And he asks one of his friends, Aizawa, and also even All Might, to help him with this job, because 5 banks in one day is insane. Where the equivalent amount of money taken is, he looks up how much it is, and over, holy cow, $750,000. was stolen out of the 5 banks. And I saw what Eraser says, holy cow. How many people were involved? 6 people. 6 people per bank. And we can't tell who has what quirk. Or who is who. The only thing we can tell is that they all wear the same uniform. Black. All black. Bulky jackets where we can't tell. We can only get somewhat small descriptions on height. And we're all going by witness testimony because all the cameras were taken out. Well, these people are smart. So, we need to be careful. And perspective change back to the Izuku and his organization. And Izuku says, congratulations, everyone. I believe everyone should be happy for the breaking teams. The teams that did this at a hitch. And everyone congratulates them, and all 10,000 people, even though it was difficult, all of them are in the building. And they're all congratulating their good job. And Izuku says, now, I understand everyone's might be confused on why we did it on today's date. Well, it's pretty simple. We did it on today's date because, well, we've been preparing for this, and also the fact that, well, today is the day the heroes get more heroes. So, I want to make it clear to the heroes that new villains are coming around too. And do not worry, everyone will be getting a cut. People that were there would get a bigger cut, but everyone will get a cut. And everyone gets a few $1,000s. And basically, as Izuku says, everyone gets a portion of it. Because many of them aren't in poverty or near poverty. But Todoroki only gets a few thousand. Only $1,000 because he honestly doesn't need the money. And Izuku says, everyone, I see it to your great fortune. And that is the end of What If Deku Was a Villain.